Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Get Wrenching. I'm your host, Murray. As you can see here, something's not right. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a sandwich and a beverage, and we're going to tear into this. Well, YouTube, this is pretty self-explanatory. It won't go the whole way down, and it'll definitely go that way. That wiper's staying strong. So obviously something's come disconnected here in the wiper transmission. So what I'm going to have to do, I guess, remove the wipers, remove this plastic cowling, and see what's going on. Let's hope it's something easy, something that we can MacGyver back together without spending a lot of money. So that's what this channel's really about, is doing things on a budget. And the other night, the wife just happened to come home. She was all nervous because, if anyone doesn't know, she's already broken that side. That's new. But this here, I think it's just wear and tear. That side there was, one day it rained and she had the wipers left on, and then it dropped to like -10 when we were out in Alberta, and snap. So let's tear into it and see what we can figure out. So YouTube, here's the wiper here. This is the driver's side that's broke. You can see here there's a little clip. So you take a little flathead screwdriver. Break the windshield when you're doing it. And just give that a little pry. Tilt up, and it should come right off. There we go. Let's hope that this lifts off here. There we are. And these are splined and keyed, so that way you don't get them on backwards. You can see there. I don't know if we'll pick it up. Oh, that hurt. Okay, let's hit on the other side. This side's got a, so you just pick up the blade up, and then like it releases it, and then got like a little prying thing on the top. There it is. There she is. There we go. That should fall off. Come on now. Make me look like a liar here on the old YouTube. Be interesting to see what, there we go. Beauty. Yeah, be interesting to see what's going on in there. Okay, YouTube, before we go underneath the hood, there's a Phillips screw here. And the completely wrong Robinson screw over here to remove this little piece here. It's just like a little locking piece. It's separate from the main piece. So I'll get my screwdrivers geared up here, and I'll remove them. I'll bring you back in and show you how to remove the rest of the cowl. So YouTube, we got a couple more screws here. We got another Phillips one there. There's another Phillips one on the other side. Right there, which is not really holding anything, is in broken plastic, but you can see up here, there's another Phillips. Remove this rubber piece, get that out of the way, string that over the engine so I can forget it, and fire it up with it on. And then that should be all that it is to remove this. Plus we got our little windshield squirter hoses there too. So let me see, I can sit you up here and watch me struggle. Okay, so we got the cowl piece all off here. So this is the driver's side arm. Oh, if this camera focus good, you see here? So on this passenger side arm, right here, you can see it's on this little ball here that goes to your wiper motor. So this little piece, in theory, goes up on the top of here. So by the looks of the bolts and stuff that's on it, I'm probably going to have to take it out, the little mechanism. They're not that hard to take out. Take it out, free up the bolts, or I might have to put some new ones into it so it gets a little better clamping force on that wiper transmission. So I'll remove this. You can sit here and watch me struggle, and then we'll get her down to the shed and see what we can do with her down there. Okay, YouTube, so we got the arm off. We got it down here in the shop. I put it here in the vise. So here it is. So this little spot here, that's what slides on that ball that goes into the wiper transmission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak these down with some WD. Grab some here. Ooh. Oh, get sprayed in the face with it trying to remove the cat one-handedly. And all I'm going to do is let that set while I go in and get something. So that way, by the time that's all said and done, maybe it might come a little looser. I highly doubt it. It's not going to work. So YouTube, get your drill, wire wheel, so we can clean these studs up. There, gooder than new. So now I'll get back on to heating these and soaking them down, because these are studs, which I didn't realize. As you can see here, they are studs. So to replace them, I'd have to drill them all out and go through a bunch of headaches. I'll see if I can just, do whatever. Is that looks like brass or copper or something. Probably brass. I guarantee it probably is, and it's probably wore out so bad. Yep, probably gonna end up buying a new one. So YouTube, with me, if it wasn't for no luck, I'd have no luck at all. But somebody's thinking of me today, because believe it or not, get you set up here a little better. Watch this. Like nothing. Oh, I can't believe it. It's any other time I'd want that to happen, they would snap off instantly. So what I done, I used this little torch right here. I bought this for doing like heat shrinking stuff. But this little thing here, I've used this to heat brake fittings. It's on butane and it works great. So I'm going to finish taking that apart, clean it up, never seize it, and get ready to put it back on the truck. So YouTube, what we have here, these little shims that are on that arm, you know, for your wiper. Your wiper goes here and what have you. When a Rock Auto thought maybe you might just be able to buy these. No, these come with this, the arm, and this for $34, but that's not shipping, that's not tax or anything. So today's Sunday, they're 5 days away to get it shipped here. So we're gonna do maybe the old set me on something hard and give me a crack with a hammer, and just to give that a little, you know, just a little flatten it out. So that way when I put that back on and squeeze it back together with the bolts again, it will bite onto that little pivot ball onto the transmission, on the wiper motor, sorry, on the wiper motor. So that way it can continue moving back and forth and hopefully won't come back off. So let's try it. If it doesn't work, well, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to Rock Auto to order me a new arm. Okay, YouTube, so we got her on the anvil part on my vise. Grab your hammer. You don't have to murder these. Just give it just a light. I can see it changing shape already. Don't need to be nothing stupid. Just needs to be something like that. Just a light tap. You can see it's mushroomed it out just a little, flattened it down just a little bit. And we'll go try it. So there, YouTube. There it is working. Doing what it's supposed to do, thank God. Okay, YouTube, so what was going on here is this arm slid up into this arm, and as this was going back and forth, this was wedged into this. You can see here in the corner where it's kind of wore a little bit, and as that was doing its stroke back and forth, it eventually just wore this enough, it pushed it off. So I was able to hammer that in the vise, which you saw. Then I had to do basically the same thing to this, loosen it off, hammer it up, slide it back, tighten it up, works perfect. So now I'll set you up for a little time lapse and we'll hammer this back together. So there you have it, YouTube. We're all back together, and let's try them out. Ready for her to break them again. I mean, no, we're good to go for a while. Do I have to order any parts? Probably not. So let's wrap this up. So there you have it, YouTube land. Simple hand tools. Everything went right. I think I should go buy a lotto ticket. Yep. Here in Nova Scotia, I've never seen that stuff come apart like that before without snapping bolts and studs and whatever off. Just simple hand tools. 8 mil, a 10 mil, 11 mil, Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and I had to have a Robertson because someone put the wrong screw in there, probably me. So that's going to conclude it for me today here, YouTube land. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you really like what you saw, how about a subscribe? It's free. No commitments, no contracts, and you can unsubscribe at any time. Also, ring the notification bell, ding, so that way you don't miss any of my new upcoming content, which there's going to be a whole bunch of it. Just got to get every parts here and Mother Nature to cooperate. So just remember, guys and gals, if you do this for a living or just doing this for a hobby, just remember, wherever it is that you're doing it, stay safe and get wrenching. We'll see you next time.